What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the Blink 182 song one more time. It came out a few months ago, and we're just going to jump right into it right now. Let's go. All right, let's jump into this and see what we got.
Strangers, from strangers into brothers, from brothers into strangers once again. We saw the whole world, but I couldn't see the meaning. I couldn't even recognize my friends.
Man, this already, it's a heavy song again, but it's really accurate, I think, to where a lot of us are that started out listening to Blink 182, back in the day when they were still feisty and crazy and punk, super, super punk. And now they've grown up, we've grown up, and it's so different now. We're all just, we've gone through multiple friendships, we've gone through multiple things, and we go from knowing somebody to not knowing them, to knowing somebody to not knowing them, and then some of them we come back and we know them again. And you really, going through stuff like that really reminds you, who's really there for you, who's a friend for life and who's a friend for a season.
Older, but nothing's any different. Right now feels the same, I wonder why. I wish they told us it shouldn't take a sickness or airplanes falling out the sky.
True.
Do I have to die to hear you miss me?
You know how painful that is to say? If you just said that in conversation, do I have to die for you to miss me? Like, Mark and Tom stopped talking to each other, and Tom wasn't aware that Mark had cancer until he just out of the blue sent him a message. Was like, yo, how you doing? Look what I'm doing right now. And only to find out his friend, bandmate from years and years ago, was diagnosed with cancer and going through that. And obviously everyone knows Travis was in that plane accident and plane crash that killed some people. But it's like, do we have to go through tragedies that massive in order for us to be able to circle back around and say, hey, I care about you still? Like, hey, I want to be part of your life, Like, what is it that we have to do? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that it takes some stuff like that in order for people to realize that other people in their lives are worth, time and the investment of being friends.
Older, but nothing's any different. Right now feels the same, I wonder why. I wish they told us.
I feel that way too sometimes, though. Like, more and more so, like, where I look back at who I was when I was in college or whatever, and there are moments that just hit me that I'm like, let's go to Taco Bell 11 p.m. Let's go to get fast food at 11:30 at night. And it's just, while you do change over time, you don't change as much as you think you do. And I think it's safe to say that it's okay.
It shouldn't take a sickness or airplanes falling out the sky. Do I have to die to hear you miss me? Do I have to die to hear you say goodbye? I don't wanna act like there's tomorrow. I don't wanna wait to do this one more time. One more time. One more. One more time. One more time. I miss you. Took time, but I admit it. It still hurts even after all these years. And I know that next time ain't always gonna happen. I gotta say I love you while we're here.
That is so important to do with people in your life. To actually make a point and tell them you love them while you have a chance. Because you never know how much you have to regret until it's too late. And man, they're hitting it out of the park on this. Like smashing it out of the park on this.
While we're here, do I have to die to hear you miss me? Do I have to die to hear you say goodbye? I don't wanna act like there's tomorrow. I don't wanna wait to do this one more time. One more time. One more. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more. One more time. One more time. One more time.
I like the track this even has part on this. The level of nostalgia is crazy. I love it. Wow. Yeah, it's songs like that, that just hit you and you're like, so true. Like, there's a certain melancholy that comes with getting older, I think, but at the same time, like, don't be sad, don't be sad about getting older and life continuing. It doesn't have to change you. You don't have to become that bitter old person if you don't want to. You can be who you want to be. You can do whatever you want, and I think they hit on a lot of good points in this song. What does it take for us to value each other? What does it take for each of us to be able to admit that we miss somebody, that maybe we regret something we did to somebody? What does it take for us to heal, to be able to move on and still be who we are? How do we be true to ourselves, and how do we successfully, if you will, get older? How do we maintain the friendships that we value even when we go through rocky stuff? Like, all that stuff. It's like, and that one line, like I said, is always going to stick out to me. Do I have to die for you to miss me? Like, do we have to get to the point where it's too late before you can say, no, I'm going to forgive them, I'm going to work with them, or I'm going to do something to make it so this wall, this barrier, this distance, whatever it is between us, can disappear. You know, like, value the friendships that you have for the long haul, and treat all your friendships, you know, with integrity. And is this going to be a friendship that I think could last years? Is this a friendship I think that might just be for a season, you know? Like, is this a friendship I want to invest in? Like, actually think through that, so that when you get to a point where you have friends, you know, okay, I'm not going to waste my time here. I'm going to make sure that every second with this person counts. I'm going to make sure that every conversation I have with this person counts. I'm going to make sure that we make memories, you know, and that they know they mean a lot to me. So that's just my take on this simple song, and I'll probably have the song on repeat. So let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you like it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.